All right, guys. We could start. We have 1 minute. We'll start anyway. It's probably us. Ahead of schedule. I'll give you guys these. How many of you have done this particular talk with us a couple months ago? None? Oh, great. That's lovely. Lovely news.
No, I did.
You did?
I have, yeah.
Awesome. All right. Taylor, do you want this? Come on over. Come sit with us, darling. She needs her coffee. It's real. Okay, guys. So how is it going with nutrition? I'll be very specific. How are your scans looking? Give me a thumbs up, they're going well, or a thumbs down, they're not going well. Okay. So this means it's not going well. If you want them to be improving and they're not improving, this means thumbs down. Yeah? There's really no such thing as a steady state. We're either getting better or we're getting worse. Okay? If it's not moving, then it's not getting better, which means, and you're all here to make your scans better, right? To get your metrics better. So if it's not getting better, then we need to do something to get them better. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. So when that's happening, we need to look at, okay, where can I make improvements? Where am I missing the mark? What could I do to improve? These are the points, right? We have protein intake. How many of you are all good on your protein intake? You're getting your minimum numbers every single day. Okay, so there's an area, right? Do I get 1 thumbs up? I get 1 thumbs up. So everyone else is missing the mark on their protein. Okay, well, there's a spot, right? There's a spot where we can improve. How about your 800 grams of fruits and vegetables every day? Thumbs up if you're nailing it. Okay, I got 1 confirmed thumbs down. Everybody else, I'm assuming, is a thumbs down if you're not giving me a thumbs up. Okay, right? So we look at our scans and we go, oh man, I'm not making any progress. Well, you know the formula to make progress. It's hit your protein numbers, get your fruits and vegetables, get your sleep. How many of you are getting your 8 hours of sleep a night? All right. We got some more thumbs up, a couple thumbs down, confirmed. Okay. Good. So, and then we have, of course, our workouts, 5 to 6 workouts a week. How many of you are nailing that? I know we just went through a bunch of illness, so some of us are kind of like off our routines. Okay. So that's the formula. This is science. It's not magic. It's if we eat 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight or goal body weight per day, we're good to go. If we get 800 grams of fruits and vegetables a day, we get better health outcomes. If we get 5 to 6 workouts a week, we get change. That is the driver of the change. If we get our 8 hours or more of sleep, we make health improvements. The body makes the adaptations we're asking it to make. That's it. So lots of areas to improve, and then you guys get that stuff in, and you will see the change. Does that make sense? Okay. Any questions on that? No? Okay, good. Well, today is about purpose. So purpose is the why. It's why are you doing this? We can easily get just taken on like a wave, right? We can get taken on the momentum of what we're doing and forget why we're doing it. Have you experienced this in the past where maybe it's a job? You start this job and you have some reason for doing that job. You had a reason for applying for the job, and now you're just showing up every day and you're not sure why you're doing it. Anyone ever experienced that? Okay. Same thing happens with training. Same thing happens with effort in the nutrition realm. If we don't understand why, it's very easy to lose track of doing it. We don't have something reinforcing our purpose. So that's what today is all about. It's about looking at, okay, why am I doing this? It's very easy to forget and let it go. It's usually something kind of big. something that maybe you don't even like thinking about, something you're trying to avoid, something you're trying to chase, but we're going to dive into it today, okay? My first piece I want to talk about is why we chase health at all. Because everyone is here to get healthier, yes? That's typically the answer. I go, hey, why are you doing this? Why are you working out? Oh, I want to be healthier, right? Everyone, that's kind of top of the list. So why? Why do we chase health? I mean, ultimately, we all want to survive the very best we can. It's not just about surviving. It's not just about living long. It's about living the very best we can through our years. Agreed? Cool. This is the Sick, Well, Fit continuum. A bunch of you have seen this, right? This is a new version. Tammy, this has been tamified is what we call this. So on that end of things, we have illness. We have the times when we go to the doctor or we seek out medical help for things that are going wrong in the body. That's a nice little example of somebody who's sore, who's having maybe some back pain. But we look at this more from usually like internal medicine. You have diabetes, and so we're taking insulin or other medications to control it. You have high blood pressure, so you're taking a drug to keep your blood pressure down. Does that, everyone getting that on the sickness side of things? Okay. So then we have the wellness side of things. This is like you go to your doctor and they give you the high five and say, you're good to go. We'll see you next year. Don't screw it up. Right? There's nothing they need to do. There's no fixes that need to be done. There's no therapies you need to go start. You're given just kind of the green light. But then if we look at the other side of the spectrum, which we call fitness, we find that we actually are building super health, right? We're not just well, we're super well. There is something on the other side of not needing medication. And on the other side of not needing medication is preventing ever needing medication. So this is where we find true health, is over here. And this is where we find the buffer against sickness or the shield against illness is over here on this side. We build up our bodies to be incredible machines. Is that making sense? A lot of us have like similar reasons for wanting to be over here. For example, just wanting to be independent through our lives, right? Like you get into your later years. I get it. I'm only halfway there, but when I'm 80, I look forward to living out those years with grandchildren and taking my grandchildren on trips, and not them taking me on trips, me taking them on trips, right? And still being able to do things in my communities, right? Like that's my 80s. That's what I look forward to. And that's why I chase this side of this spectrum. Yeah. Anyone else have similar goals to that? Cool. Then you have the more immediate stuff, right? Which is just being able to do things. I want to go hiking. I want to climb a mountain. Stupid. But like being able to do stuff. And you won't have as many things available on that list if you don't have some of this over here. That list gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Yeah. For a long time. And our purposes change over the years. When I first started doing exercise for the sake of exercise, which was really strange, I grew up doing sports. And then all of a sudden I was in my 20s and I wasn't doing sports. And all of a sudden I was just running to run. It was weird. It was a weird shift. Anyone else experience that? Like you grew up doing sports and then all of a sudden it was like, okay, now I just have to run, not to like chase a ball or win a game, but just for exercise. No, it was a very strange shift for me. It happened in my 20s and, I had to find a purpose, and my purpose was to prepare my body to be a mother, to be able to carry children and birth children. And that was the thing that I carried for probably 5 years before I got pregnant and had a baby. But that was it. That was the only thing I needed to get me to do that thing, which was really weird and seemed like a waste of time going out and just running. But our purposes change over the years. So then you have kids and it's like, oh man, I've got to be strong because these kids, they put a lot of demand on my body. And now my kids are older and my purpose is just to beat them every day. You know, it just changes, right? Beat them every day, right? I got to be faster. Not that kind of beating. No. Have you seen how long those legs are now? Not those, the other ones. They're long, right? So those foot races that come up out of nowhere and you're in boots and jeans and it's like, Mom, I'll race you to the tree. I still got to be able to win, right? That's one of my purposes, but it changes over the years, right? So we're going to start diving into your purposes, okay? And they're all going to be found over here on this side. Some of it, to be honest, I see a lot of people who are coming to see me because they just went through watching somebody they love go through this side of things, dementia, and they're like, I don't want to experience that. I don't want to put my family through that, right? That can be one of our purposes. So sometimes it's something you're chasing. It's also sometimes something you're avoiding. You're like, my family has a long history of this. Don't want it. I don't want to participate in that. And we avoid that and we run away from it by chasing fitness and health. Make sense? Cool. Do you guys understand how health and fitness relate? How they come together? Anyone feel like, no, those are two different things? No? Good. Okay, so a purpose is your reason for doing something. This is the part where we're going to start to look at why. Why are you doing it? So your first question on there, what does it say? Yeah. So what does better health mean to you? This is not just like, what is the definition of better health, but what would it mean to you to have better health? How would things change for you if your health was better? And remember that fitness side of things, that is better health. That is the best health you can get is on this side of that spectrum. What is it? What would it mean to you? How would it change your life? What would the difference be? Anyone want to share? No? No shares?
Well, the one that just gave me a chuckle was I put hiking hills until I die.
Nice.
I just want to be able to still hike those hills.
I like how you're very specific to hills. I think that's great.
I love hills.
Hills are great.
Not running.
Mountains are different. Still dealing with my PTSD. Yeah.
I just put being able to do fun things with my family and friends, traveling, and live a healthy life.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah. That's what better health will provide you. Very good. Okay, what's our next question? Why do you want better health? What is your purpose for it? So it could be very similar, right? Better health means to me this, right? Why do you want that? It could be because I don't want the other thing, because I love my family, because I don't want to put my family through the stress of caring for me in my later years. Like I said, it could be a positive or a negative, something you're running from or running towards. This is where using your imagination about the ripple effects of better health can come in handy. Thinking about, okay, so if I have really solid health, lots of fitness, lots of strength, lots of endurance, what are all the things that I can do and how I can affect the people around me? If you like money, like I like money, you have more earning potential because the longer you can work and the more energized you are, the more work you can get done. Mm-hmm. Right? So you have more earning potential. If you're done working, congratulations. Maybe this is just about what you can do for your family, what you can do for your church, what you can do for your communities, what you can do for your friends, your neighbors?
I'm done working.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Are you as well? Are you retired?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I do work.
You do still. You have your retirement job.
Yes.
Nice.
Because you need $1 million to retire.
There you go. Yeah. Right. So you can continue your retirement job forever. Ah, good.
I went to check out an independent living center, and the man was retired. He was driving the bus, and he was a vet too. And I shook his hand. I said, "Congratulations, you're still working."
Yeah.
And he said, "Yeah, I love it."
Good. That's awesome.
A wonderful sense of purpose.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And you think of it like, okay, so you compare him to the people he's driving around too, right? Why can he still drive around the people? Because he's working a retirement home, correct? So why aren't they driving themselves around anymore? Most likely it's because they did not chase the fitness side of things, right? There's all sorts of things that go wrong when we don't chase better health. We lose our ability to stay balanced on our feet. We lose our ability to go upstairs. We lose our eyesight starts to go bad. Things we don't even think about relating to our fitness, those systems, they just start going bad. That's part of not chasing better health, is we lose our health and even our eyeballs, right? A lot of people don't drive because of eyesight in the later years. What if you could maintain your health as best as possible, that maybe you could even sustain your eyesight for longer? It doesn't just have to go bad. We have bought into this idea that because we're getting older, we have to get worse. It's actually not true. There is a point. There is a point. It's going to die, right? The body's just going to boop, dead. It is going to happen, right? But we don't have to start dying 20 years before we die. We don't. We can continue to live.
My mother-in-law was so depressed, she spent 7 years dying in bed.
Yeah. That's a long time.
It's a long time.
Yeah. I'll die for like 7 seconds. That's what I'm hoping for. Just bam! Dead. Under a snatch that is as heavy as my body at 103. I want to die in the middle of the workout floor. I just ask that before you call 911, you put a little bit more weight on the barbell. Then call 911. Yes, I will die happily. Okay, good. What's our next question? Oh, she's already through
what's
it.
going to happen if you don't do something?
Okay, so this here is a neat little illustration of making hard choices now to make things easier later. Yeah, right. Everybody needs this. You could apply this to any subject. If you make the harder choices now, the choices that get you aligned to your goals and your purposes, better health, better survival, better conditions in life, it's not easy, right? Those things are not easy. The easy things are just going with the flow, doing what's simple, not ruffling any feathers. Okay, that's the easy way. But the problem with the easy way is it makes things harder later. And we can absolutely see this clearly in our health. If we do what's easy, eating all the sweets, driving through the drive-thrus where somebody else is cooking something that was easy for them to cook because they just popped it in a microwave of some sort and then wrapped it up in paper and gave it to you, right? If we do all the easy things, it actually makes life way harder later, right? Because our body's not getting the nutrients it needs. Hey, the easy thing is not to come to the gym 5 to 6 days a week. That's hard. Okay, you're putting a straight pause on everything you have going on to be in here and to do this, which we all know is not easy, correct? The hard things are hard now, but make life easy later. The easy things are easy now, but make life harder later. Does that make sense? So this question is about what's going to happen if we do the easy choices now? What's going to happen if we don't change things and do the hard things now? So I heard from you guys at the beginning that we're sliding back on protein. We're sliding off on our fruits and vegetable intake. We're not getting enough sleep, right? We're not doing our 5 to 6 workouts a week. Those are the hard things. What's going to happen if you keep doing that? Write it down. Where is that heading you? Good there? All right. The next question should be what's going to happen if we change it, right? Okay, so this is the fun one. This is we get to dream about how good it could get. What's going to happen if you make the hard choices now? You really make them. Every day you're hitting your protein. Every day you're getting your 800 grams of fruits and vegetables for better health. Every day you're getting your workouts in. What will happen to you and your life? Awesome. And then the very last thing, now you guys have been in the quick cut for a little while. So this question it's still an effective question. This is what's one thing you can do to improve, because we always got to start with the next right thing. If we try to do everything at the same time, it can be really overwhelming. You guys have been in the quick cut and we've taken all the baby steps already, right? We started with just getting good at protein. Then we took the next step and we got good at fruits and vegetables. Then we took the next step and we eliminated everything else, right? So you took those steps already. I want you to put one thing down that would help get that stuff in order for you, to get you back in line. Or maybe it's your workouts that slipped out. What's one thing you can do to get those back in? Maybe it's setting your schedule. Maybe it's talking to your spouse or your child, and getting their agreement that you're going back into your routines, or whatever it is that's sliding. Write down that one thing you can do on an immediate basis, like today, to start getting things back in order to get to your goals. You guys all find something? One simple thing? Awesome. Anybody want to share? Because sometimes we have great ideas. Yes, Chandler? Just say no. To myself. Okay. Okay. Like when it comes to like food choices? Okay. Gotcha. And what? Enablers. Sugar pushers. Sugar pushers. I love that. Don't be a sugar pusher. We could totally make that a campaign. Don't be a sugar pusher. Yeah. Yeah.
That was Adam last night when he got home from trick or treating. He's like, "Here, have some M&Ms, Mom." And I'm like, "Will you get it out of my face, please? Because I'm gonna eat your whole bag if you're not careful."
Tell him drug dealing is bad. Yeah, sugar pusher. Love it. Anyone else have any? Yeah, Rosemary.
More exercise. 5 days, 30 minutes.
Awesome. That is so awesome. That is going to make a big difference. Really, really good. Good. Any other immediate changes we're going to get going to move these numbers?
Mine's just making sure I get my protein and the vegetables.
So guys, when these things slide out, think about what you did before, right? You got to go back to when you were being successful consistently. What were you doing? Was it certain things you were buying? Was it a store you were shopping at that gave you better options? Was it an hour you spent on the weekends getting things ready, right? Think back to what you did, because you all were having success at some point with this. And then you dropped something out, which made your success go away with hitting that protein. Maybe it was you dropped out a meal or a snack, or right? So let's think back to what it was that allowed you to get this done before, because that's your formula for success. It's your custom formula. We built that. right? So you got to go back to what you built in your life that worked. Make sense? Okay, good. Any questions? No? Good. So with the holidays coming, yeah, I mean, they happened last night for you. Yeah. So with the holidays coming, this is where this gets really hard because you're now going to be around a whole bunch of sugar pushers, whole bunch of just say no, right? Yeah, a lot more of that. I will tell you that the more you practice this, and I'll go back, the more you practice the easier it gets later. It is really hard at first, especially when you used to participate with them in those things. And some people find connection with you because you did that with them. That's where they find connection with you. So now you're going to have to do something harder to connect with them. These are people you love, that you adore, and you still want to connect with them. But now you have to do something harder to connect, like actually have a conversation with them, right? Find out how it's going in their life. Find out, well, what are your health goals for this year? What are you struggling with, right? Like you can connect with people outside of food in ways that is way beyond what food and alcohol could ever bring you in terms of connection. But it's harder. It's way harder to connect with people that way. Yeah. Yeah. And it's not about making them feel wrong or bad for what choices they're making. It's about getting to know them on a level that you never could have if you continued to connect with them because of food or drinks. That's really what I've found with people who and this hasn't been my story for ever, probably forever. Yeah. But in other people's stories, and we had somebody who finally did the quick cut, finally decided I'm not drinking alcohol anymore, and he lost one of his best friends. And we're talking about a man in his 70s, guys. This is a 70-year-old man and another 70-year-old man, and one 70-year-old man stopped drinking beer, and the other 70-year-old man said, I can't hang out with you anymore. You think that's like a 20-year-old problem? Nope. Turns out if you drink beer with somebody for 50 years and then you tell them I'm not drinking beer anymore, it's the same problem we deal with in our 20s, right? It's like, I don't know what to do with you if you don't drink. It's like, oh, well, let's try having a conversation, right? Let's try talking about life and grandkids, and maybe we build something together, who knows? But finding other ways to connect with people, other activities, we have to do it with our kids all the time. I grew up in a family where the fun outing was, let's go get some ice cream, and it's like, okay, what else can we do? And it's hard. Going out and getting ice cream is easy. Instant joy, right? You just have to pick a flavor. But now it's like, okay, well, what else can we do? Well, we could go to a movie, but when we went to the movies, we got that nasty popcorn and the ice cream things that are in the little balls. Those thingies, they're like vanilla on the inside and chocolate on the those dibs. Okay, well, what else can we do, right? It's harder. It's the harder choices, but then it becomes easier because now that's what you do, and you get better connections with people because you're not just depending on the joy of food to make the connection. Does that make sense? So holidays are going to be like that. It's going to be, what else can I do to get this connection that this person wants to have with me? And it might be being the annoying person that brings the games to the party, right? Bringing some really annoying get to know us questions, like there's so many other ways to connect with other human beings that you love than food and alcohol. And it's going to take some work to do it, but that is what they're missing. That is what they're trying to get by getting you to enjoy that glass of wine with them, is they're trying to get connection with you. So you need to replace the alcohol with another way to connect. Cool? Okay. You feel like you have some ideas popping into your mind? Maybe? Maybe not? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Every year I do all the baking, and this year guess I'm not.
But you don't have to not bake.
I just have to not eat it.
Or you find alternative recipes, and maybe you turn them onto recipes that turns out doesn't have added sugar and added grains in it. There's so many wonderful things you can make that are on plan. You absolutely can. It just takes a little bit of creativity. It takes a little bit of work on the front end, right? And then all of a sudden you're introducing to your family an alternative. They go, I never thought I could bake without sugar and flour. Well, turns out you can, and this is actually really good. Right? There's
actually I have tried like the brownies.
Mhm. The applesauce ones. Yeah, they're really good. I made an amazing pumpkin bread. Pumpkin's great because it's got that, it's like applesauce, but now you get to do the seasonal pumpkin thing, right? You just get the plain smashed pumpkin in a pumpkin puree in the jars, you know, or in the cans, and you can do all sorts of stuff with it. Lemon bars is one of the ones that I love. What else? Chocolate bars, cocoa powder, coconut oil. You can add, I like peanuts with it, and dates. And it's like the dates add like this caramel texture to it. It's phenomenal, and people love it. People who love sugar and are used to eating a Snickers bar, they have that and they're like, oh, this is actually really good, right? And they're like, I could actually do this over that, right? So you can introduce that to your families. Bring a whole bunch of them.
How do you do the lemon bar?
So the crust is almonds and coconut and dates, and you put it in a food processor, and it gets kind of like sticky, you know, and then you press it into a pan, bake it for like 10 minutes till it gets a little bit golden, pull it out. The filling is egg, banana, lemon juice, and and then the rind, lemon zest, that. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's really good. It's really, really good. That's it. There's the banana makes it sweet on the in the filling, and the dates make it sweet on the crust, and it's fantastic, and it sets hard. And banana pancakes, one Josh introduced to me, is just banana and egg. That's it. Those are the only ingredients. You could add pumpkin to that. You could add peanut butter to that. You can manipulate it.
I've done that from when I first joined your class.
Yeah. Banana pancakes are fun because you can just manipulate it in all sorts of ways. It's just 2 eggs for every 1 banana, and then you start adding and subtracting, and yeah.
You can do that. Oh yeah.
And it's just egg and banana. Yeah. So it's like, it's all possible with some effort. It starts with effort, and then you can have sweets. You can have, you know, you can participate. You can bring stuff, and it's easy because you practice. But the beginning of learning anything is hard. Cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. I'm excited to see some better scans, some thumbs up scans. Yeah?
Yeah.
Thumbs up scans.